The Jim and Terry Show, still talking about things out of this world, maybe even close encounters of the third kind. Is that how you're going to portray the Trump-Biden meeting in the White House?
Well, they were an hour in there. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be now Trump, and just want to tell you, yeah, I know you already know because you've seen them. We can't give this away, So
don't put it in your box of stolen top secret documents in the basement of Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, and it's funny how you heard that Jack Smith is closing it down, resigning, and he has to do that. Trump's going to go after him for sure, even though he's only doing his job. I don't even understand that revenge. I don't understand it. He's just doing his job. His job is...
You got the key word. Revenge is Trump 2.0.
Yeah. And it's a mob boss tactic. It's just, if you're going to go against me, you're going to suffer.
Yep.
Even if you're on the side of the law, even if you're doing right.
And even if you don't publish
anybody
a report.
you go against, you don't go against me.
That's right.
I can break any law, and you don't go against me.
And I'll find you years later, too.
Years later, I'll find you. You'll get revenge.
Yep.
And so, of course, by the way, my Christian friends, that is totally unchristian. We're told not to seek revenge. Revenge is the Lord's. So we're told not to pay evil with evil. If you think the guy did you evil, you're not supposed to.
Don't double down on the bad.
Don't double down on the bad. So Trump's the epitome of non-Christian behavior, in my opinion. Not judging, observing. Well, I am judging, I guess. I don't know what to say.
I'm not sure you can get away with that.
I don't know if I can get away with it, but we have to be able to point out, even the Bible says you'll know them by their fruit.
Well, apparently not, because we both know people in our circles who don't see life the way we see it, who don't hear the words that you and I hear, and we can play back the videos. And I had someone tell me we could watch the same thing and come away with different views.
I did a talk once, and I tried to make it as neutral as possible. I did a sermon, actually. And the only people that commented on the sermon were the people that were totally misheard everything I had said. They thought I was basically trying to point out the qualities of a Christian. If you're claiming to be a Christian,
you should exemplify these characters.
These are the things that sort of point out. And I did it on purpose, but I also didn't want to, because I don't believe in being political, but I wanted people to say, I guess, pay attention. If someone's lying, flags should go up. Mm-hmm. If someone is breaking all the rules and breaking the law, flags should go up. That was basically what I was saying. And the only people that commented I knew were just totally thought I was talking about the other people. And I didn't say it. I guess I said, thank you very much, thank you. And I went, okay, fine.
So let me get this straight. Jim, speaking from the pulpit your local church, gets misheard. And if it happens then in that context, what hope do we have of the White House, the president?
Yeah, well, the thing is it's, as you said, two people could listen. You and I could sit beside someone who is a mega and hear something come out of the president's mouth, and both of us hear something or relate it completely different. I don't get it. It actually makes me question myself. If you want to know the truth, I go, man, like, remember I told you last week, we're all being played because we all thought it was going to be, if anything, a blue landslide, and it wasn't. It was Trump won handily across the nation.
Didn't win handily. The first words coming out of that election coverage were, it was unprecedented. The biggest victory turnaround
It's not necessarily true, because if you just look at the percentages, but he did win.
Yeah.
And he's got it, and I think he's got everything. I think he's clinched all that. Now we have one person that resigned in his cabinet. We know who that is, Gates.
Oh, who resigned from Congress. Gave up the congressional seat, but they have a majority now, I think, anyway.
Yeah, but
so it doesn't matter.
He resigned because the crap was going to hit the fan on him, so he now resigns from this Congress. Next Congress is another one with Trump at the helm, and Trump just doubled down by making him Attorney General. So he gets out of all those charges. He gets out of it. And I don't know if it completely goes away. History's going to be neat to read in 50 years. That's what I look at. If the Lord tarries,
Yeah.
History's going to be really interesting.
Well,
to
we
read.
already know that some history was written about Trump after his 4 years because that was the trial.
Yeah.
You-
How many books were written?
Well, I got a gazillion of them sitting on my desk.
I know.
And so I'm interested in the history and how it's portrayed. But the people who do presidential history, I told you that Trump 1.0 was voted the second worst president ever. But don't tell anybody on the other side that because they think he doesn't belch, he doesn't fart. He doesn't. His handshakes are golden. Maybe he's Medusa.
He doesn't drink, apparently.
Well, apparently, so that's good. Or smoke. I don't think he does
No, I
either
doubt
one
it.
of those.
I've never seen him with.
But he eats enough Kentucky Fried Chicken to cram his heart full of
Well,
cholesterol.
I was impressed with his stamina, if you want. Even though he dozed off a couple of times, anybody that could go through all of that he went through and still reign king, I thought, wow, that guy's got energy, man. Way more than I have. I'd be buckling under the, they don't like me.
I'm not sure. I don't know if call what he had stamina. And they always accused Biden of having drugs in his system to keep him going. Otherwise, he'd fall over. So, I mean, it cuts both ways. And I'd like to see. I was accused of using a very critical eye on Trump and glossing over Harris. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. I was, what? Too hard on Trump? What? Yeah, so it is a matter of perspective. I'm not sure. But we were going to talk about aliens. That's how we got into
really?
this thing. Because this is the chaser to the up and away. We should look up. Why? Because SpaceX is launching the biggest rocket ever on Monday, and we're going to be here covering it in the Hobbit Hole studio.
I'm
But
actually driving to on an odd day. That for
on
us,
an odd day, you're willing
to watch it all.
You're willing to break routines, which is hard as you get older.
Yeah. I'm
but
looking forward to it. Should be
So,
good.
to follow that up with, there are a number of episodes on Netflix about, well, we referred to the Manhattan abduction.
Yes.
Lady floated out of her high-rise apartment.
I hear it's just rotten. But
It's, yeah.
I know a couple of people started watching it and never
Yeah,
finished.
just said that's enough.
Well, I mean, if it's the same old, if it's just, we need some really evidence here. And the lack of it, it just goes,
Okay,
this is going to sound strange. The lack of it just goes to show you the covering up of it. Because again, even still, they have whole departments studying these unidentified flying
aerial
objects.
phenomena.
Or the aerial
UAPs now they
now
call
they
it.
even changed that aerial. It's not just aerial phenomenal something. What is it? UAP?
Yes,
Unidentified
aerial
aerial.
phenomena.
But the P they changed from phenomenal to something else.
Okay.
Anyways, who knows? But they have these committees doing it and going and watching things and closed sessions and things that you can't watch and things that you can't see. But there's nothing here to see, folks. Yet it goes on for 70 years. Governments paying millions and millions and millions of dollars
70
studying something they tell you doesn't exist.
70 years, you're talking about the Roswell.
Yeah,
So
all the way from
that's how
Roswell.
you're measuring it.
Yeah.
So it was
But
what,
70
49?
years of millions and millions of dollars, equivalent to billions and billions of dollars,
For nothing.
for nothing. That's bullshit. Oh, excuse
Oh,
my. Oh!
We were censored.
That is bull. That
bet-
is bull. There's something definitely really there, and they're just not going to tell us some nah.
Now, how about this USO, unidentified submerged object, where they transit from air, traveling below the fighter jets from the U.S. Navy's California San Diego fleet on their practice runs, to all of a sudden going without a splash below the water.
Yeah, and traveling way faster than any underwater than we can
Traveling
travel in
just
air.
Traveling just as fast as they were through the air.
Yeah. These things are, whatever they are, it's absolutely incredible. I don't know if we'll ever know in our lifetime. Maybe never. It's like my brother Bobby always says. We'll find out when the aliens say that's it. We're going to tell
Well,
you.
there's some logic to that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're that superior, then yes, they're not going to, we're not going to be the ones in charge of that disclosure.
Yeah.
Now, the guy who testified, we did have a big it was congressional, because that's the one where the video was shown and we couldn't see what it was that they were saying.
And
California Representative Adam Schiff.
we kept saying, What are we looking at here? Slow it down. And it took him 15 minutes to see maybe a 0.5 second shot of it.
Yes.
And I think even Adam Schiff said, there's no way on this earth we're going to be here all day because this is another closed session. But there was something there to see, something there to slow down, something that was not ours. And I don't know if Adam Schiff got chewed out at the end of that.
I hope not.
I hope not too. But they've all gone into these back rooms and nobody's coming out and saying, this is just a stupid waste of money. Imagine, nobody. They're
Neither
going in
side.
there.
It's not a partisan issue.
No, they're coming out saying nothing. Mum's the word.
Mum's the word.
Undecided. Remember the 90-page thing
Yeah,
that we got 9 pages of it, 2 of them being appendix?
Yeah, so 93 pages were redacted.
Yeah, and they were redacted, and we were promised more to come out. Where's the more?
Well, I've got news for you. There's going to be another congressional investigation. There's going to be
For something that isn't there. Nothing to look at.
So we didn't get anything to see, and we had only a few pages out of a 90-page thing that was redacted, and there's going to be another congressional investigation. What? What are they going to disclose this time?
They keep just. They make it to the point where only a select few are ever going to be paying attention. And just like SpaceX, where you got the biggest event going in space, the biggest event by far going in space, and nobody's paying attention. The same thing's going to happen if there's ever contact. Nobody's going to care. I have family members that say, what's it to me?
Oh my goodness.
Like, what's it to me?
Yes.
If they're not, what's it to me? Is it going to change anything? And, in reality, probably not, but aren't you curious?
That's the thing. You use the key word for all of this stuff, whether it's politics, culture, art, music, or space. It's curiosity.
Yeah.
Are you not curious? I guess people are too busy, or they've been lulled to sleep, or they've been brainwashed.
Brainwashed is just a game.
SpaceX coming up. Aliens, maybe they're going to take pictures of Musk.
Oh.
Well, Musk sent his Tesla. It's past Mars now, is it?
I don't know where that thing is.
Maybe they're intending it to land on Mars by the time they get the ship there, and then they'll have a vehicle to drive around on. Interesting stuff. Yeah. Aliens are us, the Jim and Terry Show. Take me to your meter. Bye-bye for now.